Hello, it's Michelle with Books Cause Insomnia. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. I'm going to be doing a used book haul today. My mom was recently in town and she brought some books that she read that she thought that I would like. And we went to different thrift shops and I found some books that I got at some of the thrift shops as well. I'm going to start with the thrift shop books. The first one I got was The Cat King of Havana by Tom Crosshill. An edge-of-your-seat tale of the mean streets of Havana, full of adventurous salsa dancing, dangerous romance, and cats. I mean, it's got cats, so I'm probably going to like it. And dancing. I also see it's a coming-of-age journey from New York City to Havana. And I like the cover. It's just very different. This little streak right here is a Sharpie pen that I have to remove. But look at that cute image of the cat. It's just kind of a fun, playful looking book. And it was a library book. And when books are previous library books, I tend to want to read them more for some reason. Then I got Rose, My Life in Service to Lady Astor by Rosina Harrison. An extraordinary document, realistic, candid, and a rare look from the vantage point below stairs at a nostalgically romanticized world. It's Nonfiction November, and when I saw this, I thought it looked really good. And why not try to read it for Nonfiction November? So I'm actually going to toss this in my stack for books I want to read in November, and we'll see if I get to it. This book I got really just because of the cover. I go through different phases where different things appeal to me, and right now, for some reason, mice are really standing out to me. I seem to be gravitating towards pictures of mice, mouse figurines, just stuff like that. And so when I saw this cover, I just had to have it. It's a really pretty old book. And I don't know who signed that. I'm assuming that wasn't the author, but somebody signed it. It's got deckled edges and it's got really pretty artwork inside. Sorry about all the shadows. This is not always the best place to film, I guess, but and I actually don't know anything about this book. Ooh, it's one of the older library books. But on the spine it says, The Tale of Despereaux, being the story of a mouse, a princess, some soup, and a spool of thread. And that's really all I need to know to want to read it. The rest of these books are books that my mom read and really enjoyed and thought I would like. The Umbrella Lady by V.C. Andrews. So in this book, there's a girl named Saffron who is, I think, she's a little girl. And her dad leaves her at a train station and tells her to wait there, that he'll be back in a few hours. Except he never comes back. And this woman, whose nickname is the Umbrella Lady, or maybe she thinks of her as the Umbrella Lady, maybe she's carrying an umbrella, I'm not sure yet. But she tells her that she is a friend of her dad's and that she's supposed to stay with her for the night. Except the night turns into days and then weeks and then months and I guess even then years, and apparently she's abusive towards her as well, which sounds like a V.C. Andrews book. Then her dad sends her a letter a few years into being at this creepy house with this creepy woman, saying that he's started a new life with a new family and he's going to send for her soon. Zelda? I guess it sounds good to her. You can come here. You want to come sit with me? Okay. So this sounds pretty good, but it was good enough that not only did my mom enjoy it, she picked up the next book in the series, which is called Out of the Rain. Isn't this a nice cover? I love covers that have houses with flowers and lights on. It just feels very comforting to me. Little girl, Vicky, come here. You can come here. In this follow-up book, Saffron has finally reunited with her dad, only to find that she's very disturbed by the things that she's learned about his life. And he tells her that he wants her to tell his new family that she's his niece, not his daughter. What? Who does that? It sounds so creepy. So I'm looking really forward to reading both of these books. She starts feeling like her whole life is just an assortment of games that she's playing. And I'm kind of wondering, does she start thinking maybe she should have just stayed with the umbrella lady? Or is the umbrella lady so bad that she'd still rather pretend to be her own father's niece? That's so weird. I Know Where She Is by S.B. Caves. This book follows a woman named Francine whose daughter was abducted 10 years earlier. On the 10-year anniversary of her abduction, she receives a letter that says, I know where she is. And she starts learning some things that really scare her, and she starts delving deeper into what happened to her daughter, and the rest goes from there. Reels you in from the first page and never lets up. Sinister, unsettling, and gripping. Girl last seen. 2 missing girls 13 years apart. And this one follows a girl who had been abducted, and now it's years later, and another girl has been abducted in the same way. Psychological suspense doesn't come much grittier and more packed with satisfying twists and turns than this. And this is a debut novel by Nina Laurin. And then the last one, guess what it's about? A girl who's been abducted. Mom, are you trying to tell us something? Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. Now, I did read The Family Upstairs, and I did really enjoy it. I've heard pretty good things about this from quite a few different people on BookTube. So this one's another one where 10 years after her daughter's disappearance, Laurel Mack is trying to put her life back together. She meets a charming man in a cafe. Things progress from there. She ends up meeting his daughters, and his youngest daughter reminds her eerily of the daughter that she had that was abducted. So I guess the mom, Laurel, decides not to try to move on with her life and to try to figure out what happened to her daughter, and that's what the book is about. If there's any that you've read that you really like or that sound really good to you, let me know, and I'll try to bump them higher up on my TBR stack. So that's all the books that I got. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Happy reading. Bye.